Here are 5 tips to make these years of your life the most productive and the most focused on building excellence that will help you for the rest of your life. You know, as a young student, when you start your undergraduate programs, most of you have just come out of school in either class 10 or 12, and you might be feeling, wow, now these are my days of freedom, and let me enjoy life to the most, and let me bunk my classes, and let me be an outstanding student, meaning the one who is always standing outside the classroom. But I would like to share with you 5 tips that I think if you embrace in your life, these years of your life, either the next 3 or 4 years of your life, will become the foundation for a successful life, for a life of progress, a life which you can thrive in, not just barely survive or come through. You know, I see students every day of my life. I am meeting students every day of my life. And I see that there are 2 types of attitudes that young students today have. One attitude is, you know, who cares? These are the best years of my life. Let me make the most of it. Like I was saying, let me bunk my classes, go have some food, enjoy with my friends, and only focused on that. And what happens is you lose the most useful, the most valuable, the most productive years of your life, because later in life you don't have time to learn. So the second type of students whom I see with the attitude of let me make the most of this time, let me learn, let me build skills. And I have seen that the second type are usually the ones who go on to build successful careers, to start successful businesses, and to generally be happier and more successful in life. So what can you do to make your undergraduate years very powerful? To make your undergraduate years work for you, to make them the foundation of the future of your life. 5 tips. The first, dream big. You need to be able to think big, have a big goal, an audacious goal. You know, of course, people say, oh, who knows what will happen in the future? That is true. But at the same time, you need to have certain directional idea of where you are headed, where you want to go. So while you are thinking of that, dream big. And how can you dream big? I would advise you, write down, take a paper and pen, write down 3 or 4 big goals for yourself. Like suppose you are 17 or 18 years old today. Write down, where do you see yourself when you are 22? Where you see yourself when you're 25, and where do you see yourself when you're 30 professionally. Okay, that much is enough. So 3 stages of life till you reach 30. And dream big. Think of the impossible. Think of what is almost unreachable for you. You know what will happen? If you think of the stars, at least you reach the sky. And there is research which has shown that writing down your big goals is the first step to achieving them. Those who write down the goals are more probable to achieve them than those who don't write them down. So number 1, dream big. Think that you will be the CEO of a company. Think that you will start a unicorn. Think that you might be a prime minister of a country. Why not? Dream big. And that's the first step, and write it down. So that goes together. Dream, have a big goal and write that goal down. Connected to that is put that goal somewhere which is visible to you every day. I always advise students that before going to bed every night, you see that, and when you wake up in the morning, you see it. You know, our subconscious mind, while we are at sleep in the night, is also kind of internalizing or working on that goal. So let that goal get integrated into your consciousness. So that's the first part, okay? So dream big. Don't be scared. Don't think, do I deserve this? Am I capable of it? Should I really think about it? Don't think of all that. Just go ahead and take the plunge. Dream big. Write it down. That's point number 1. Point number 2, just dreaming big and writing it down is not going to make us achieve it, right? we have to work very hard for it. So I, in my whole life, have always believed that what you can achieve by working hard, you can only achieve by working hard. Yes, there are some moments in life where luck plays a role, or a good opportunity comes your way by chance, that's luck again, or you meet the right people or some things happen, but those are very minimum. In fact, it is said that those who work hard, luck favors them, right? You have heard of it. So work very hard. And what do I mean by working hard? Working hard doesn't mean like unintelligent hard. People say, oh, work smart, not hard. All that is semantics. Work hard meaning have the attitude to work hard. Means take things seriously. Be sincere about your education. Be sincere about the work you have at hand. The sincerity of pursuing your goals will reflect in you working hard for them. One is taking shortcuts, the other is really putting your 100%. So work very hard. And I always say this, anybody who tells you that success can come without working hard, run far, far away from such people. It doesn't happen. Think of the top sportsmen and women of our world. Think of people who have achieved anything in life. Think of someone like Roger Federer. Think of Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, how hard they work. There is a research which says that it needs 10,000 hours of purposeful practice to actually become an expert in a subject. So think about these aspects and work hard, which means keep the attitude to work hard. So when you go to class every day, if you get an assignment, be sincere about solving it. When you start developing this attitude of sincerity and the willingness to work hard, you will see over a period of time how your brain actually rewires and helps you to do more of it. And the more you do this aspect, the more you work hard, the more you become sincere, the better you become at dealing with challenges, the easier it will be for you to deal with your exams, stress, or any other, assignments, projects that you have. So what was the first step? Dream big, write it down, look at it every day. Number 2, work hard from day one. Have the attitude of sincerity, the attitude to pursue excellence, and the willingness to put in the effort to work hard. Number 3, build competence. Now today you are living in a world which is full of opportunities, which is full of knowledge available in, everywhere. You, at a click of a button, you can Google something. Now with generative AI, ChatGPT, everything is available at your fingertips. YouTube videos. You can become a university by yourself. Create a structure of learning and you can learn by yourself more than anyone else can teach you. So have the focus on building your own competence. So for example, you made a big goal that by 30, I want to be a CEO of a company. It's an audacious goal, right? It's almost an impossible goal. But to be able to achieve that now, working backwards, what do you need to do to build competence to reach this level? You need to be a good communicator. You need to have confidence. Just thinking of the points, what are the skills you need? What is the competence you need? So if you want to be a good communicator, how can you work for it? Have you start practicing for it? If you want to become self-confident, what do you need to do for that? What is the knowledge you want to gain for it? So what are the competencies you need, or what are the skills you need to reach that big goal you have identified in point 1? Start building competence on that. And today you are really at the luckiest. I feel, today students are the luckiest. Everything is available to you. So start learning by yourself. What you learn in your classrooms is of course invaluable from your teachers and your professors, but you have the ability and the freedom to learn by yourself. So start subscribing to YouTube channels, start subscribing to TEDx talks. Make a rule for yourself that every week I will listen to 2 very inspiring TED talks, or I will listen to one very inspiring podcast, or I will read one book every month. There was one year of my life, I used to be a voracious reader as a student and in my younger days. But then, with life, sort of my reading habits reduced. So one year I took a resolution and I read one new book every week. And I thought to myself, it's impossible. I made this big goal that I will read one new book every week. That means 52 books a year. And I said, how is that even possible? Because I travel so much and, I'm in meetings and busy, etc. But I said, let me make the goal and let me go with it week after week. And you know what? I actually landed up reading 50 books that year. Now you may say, oh, I didn't achieve my goal of 52. But guess what? In the previous year, I had read maybe one book. So from 1 to 50 is such a huge jump. So build competence. Take these kind of ideas for yourself, that I will, as I said, watch a TED Talk every week, 2 TED Talks, 1 podcast, read a book every 2 weeks, listen to or visit, an open event where some masterclass is happening. Whatever competence you need. And competence can be divided into 2 parts. One is the hardcore competence. So for example, if your goal is to become the CEO of a company, and if that company says in fintech, then you need to develop the necessary finance and technology competence for it, right? So that's the hard competence. And then there is the what I call facilitative competence. People call it soft skills, but I call them facilitative or important intelligent skills, like communication, collaboration, public speaking, ability to conduct negotiations, meetings, the ability to meet people, the ability to nurture teams. All these are skills you will need. So the third step is you have to identify all of these backwards and start building competence. And when you're at college, there are so many opportunities also you have. Become presidents of clubs, take responsibility to, do volunteer work. There are fests happening in your campuses. Take responsibility to play critical roles in that. Organize events. Take responsibility for your classrooms. There are 100 ways in which you can do small little things to develop even your own leadership skills and competence. So in every way possible, in your immediate environment, through technology, through internet, build competence. So the first was dream big, write it down, look at it every day. Number 2, work hard, work very hard, develop the attitude of sincerity and the willingness to work hard. Number 3, build competence. Competence of both types, the competence you need for your subject and the competence you need for it to be facilitated for you to be in the positions or the goals that you imagine for yourself. Number 4, very critical at this age of life, is nurture good habits. The biggest sad thing today, as I see so many young friends all around the country, all around the world, is that this is the age where you succumb to bad habits, you succumb to peer pressure. Somebody says, oh, let me, they are doing something, so let me also try it. And, some of these things are temptations that can really, unfortunately, destroy your life. So use this age to nurture good habits, habits of focusing on your fitness, physical fitness, habits of maintaining and building your mental well-being, building your resilience pool, learning tools and techniques to become emotionally, mentally, physically, and even spiritually strong, so that you become an asset. Tomorrow, if you want to join a company, you become an asset that any company would love to have you, or you become capable of managing your own business. Don't succumb to temptations. Those who are tempting you to do something not natural to you, run away from it, stay away from it. Use this time to nurture good habits, because these habits, once formed, are very, very tough to break later in life. I have seen more than many cases of very, very bright students who suddenly, when they got the freedom of being out of school, went into directions which unfortunately they were never able to turn back from. Don't let that happen to your life. Your life is your responsibility and you can make what you want out of it. So use this time to nurture good habits. That's number 4. And number 5 is embrace life. What do I mean by that? Don't approach life with fear or anxiety, or, oh, if I do this, what will this person say? Or if I do this, what will that friend think? All these are self-limiting beliefs that we inculcate in ourselves. Go out. Life is there to be lived. Life is there to be experienced. Life is there to make what we can make out of it. So make the most of every minute that comes your way. Embrace life. For many times in my life when I get very busy, I have a habit of before going to bed, thinking to myself, what was the thing I was most grateful for today? Or what was the most beautiful thing that happened to my life? If you start asking yourself these questions, again, our subconscious mind will start making these things happen. If every day we think, today this went wrong, that went wrong, this person was rude to me, that happened, then somehow more of that happens to us. See, if we are taking a walk and you see a road where already there is a lot of rubbish, garbage that is lying, and suppose you have some paper to throw, you don't hesitate before throwing it in that same place, right? Because already there was so much garbage. But if you were walking in a park which is very neat, clean, beautiful, and you wanted to throw this paper, you will think twice. No, let me throw it when I come across a dustbin. What it means is that our mind attracts what is already in it. So if your mind is full of fear and anxiety and looking for problems or only seeing problems, then more of them is what you will attract. But if you start asking yourself, what was the most beautiful thing that happened to me today? Or what was the happiest thing in the day for me today? Or what was the best thing I did for someone today? You will notice over a period of time, at least that has been my experience, more of these things will happen to you. And life has to be lived at that level, isn't it? Is life only that you wake up, you have your breakfast, you go to class, come back, do some assignment, be stressed about it, be upset about what a friend said, have some tiffs and fights on WhatsApp with somebody and then go to bed watching and scrolling reels endlessly? No, life is not that. Life is beautiful. Life is joy. Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji says, the purpose of life ought to be celebration. Now, that is not meant superficially. What it means is that we live life at that level which enables us to feel that space of joy and celebration in a continuous sense. And then it becomes a virtuous circle, right? When you feel elevated, when you feel happy, when you feel so wonderful about your life, more of those things happen to you and that circle of positivity continues. So these are the best years of your life. Once you start working, once you start your own business, there's going to be no time. You will have so many things to take care of, so many employees, customers, so many things to take care of. Watch your bottom line, watch your balance sheet, make money, pay bills. Those are tough moments of life. No, the busy and the difficult part of life will start. Now is the time in your life to learn. Now is the time in your life to explore. Now is the time in your life to experience new things and master them so that they can become the pool of your reservoir of tools and techniques and the power that you have to build a successful life on this foundation. So use your life this years as you start your undergrad program, as you begin your college years, use these years to become the foundation of a successful, happy, and a life that thrives and makes you celebrate as you live through it.